Shoestring Theater. It starts on an opening night of the new season. It starts with the arrival of those dear and devoted patrons of the arts, waving and greeting each other in the grand salon, commenting on how this one looks and how that one is dressed, scarcely knowing what plays they are about to see that evening, with the exception of one man, Ivan Ilyich Chijako. If Ivan Ilyich Chijako, a civil servant, a clerk in the Ministry of Public Parks, had any passion in life at all, it was the theater. He certainly dedicated his life to hard-work, zeal, and patience, but would not deny himself this one great pleasure, so he purchased 2 tickets to the very best section of the theater to watch the opening night performance of the Beautiful Countess. As fortune would have it, into the theater that night came his respected superior, Mikhail Brazilov, the Minister of Public Parks himself.
Good evening, General.
What? Oh, yes, good evening.
Permit me, sir. I am Cherdyakov. Ivan Ilyich.
Yes.
This is a great honor for me, sir. Like yourself, I too serve in the Ministry of Public Parks. And that is to say, I serve you, who is indeed himself the Minister of Public Parks. I am Assistant Chief Clerk in the Department of Trees and Bushes.
Very, very nice trees and bushes. Keep up your good work.
My wife would like very much to say hello, General. This is she, Madam Cherdyakov.
How do you do?
My pleasure.
My pleasure, General.
How do you do?
Madam Brassilhoff, my wife, Madam Cherdyakov.
How do you do, Madam Brasselhoff? How do you do? I just had the pleasure of meeting your husband.
And I am my wife's husband. How do you do, Madam Brassilhoff?
Shh. I'm sorry. My apologies.
I hope you enjoy the play, sir.
I will if I can watch it.
Feeling quite pleased with himself for making the most of this golden opportunity, Chijako sat back in his chair to enjoy the Beautiful Countess. He was no longer a stranger to the Minister of Public Parks. They had become, if one wanted to be generous about it, familiar with each other. And then, quite suddenly, like a bolt from the thundering sky, Chijako reared back his head and
I'm so sorry, Your Excellency. I'm so terribly sorry.
Never mind. It's all right.
Oh, all right. It most certainly is not all right. It's unforgivable. It's monstrous of me.
Let it rest.
I cannot let it rest, sir. Permit me to wipe your neck. It's the least I can do.
Forget it. Leave it be.
But I splattered you, sir. Your complete head is splattered. It was an accident, I assure you, but it's so disgusting.
Terribly sorry.
The thing is, Your Excellency, it came out of my nose before I could start. Without warning, and it's not a cold, if that's what you were worried about. Probably just a partial of dust in the nostrils. Yeah, certainly.
But try as he might, Chijako could not get the incident out of his mind. The sneeze, no more than an innocent anatomic accident, grew out of all proportions in his mind, until it resembled an angry roar of a cannon aimed squarely at the enemy camp. He played the incident back in his mind, slowing the procedure down so he can view again, in full, the infamous deed.
Charming.
Simply charming.
Wasn't it charming, my dear?
I found it utterly charming.
That was completely charming.
Who's tapping? Somebody's tapping. Who is that tapping?
I'm tapping, sir. Cherdyakov.
Stand back, dear. Neither.
No, it's all right. I'm all squeezed out. I was just concerned about you going into the night air with a damp head.
Oh, man, it was a trifle, a mere faux pas. Amusing play, don't you think? Did you find it amusing?
Amusing? Yes, I found it utterly amusing. I haven't laughed as much in years.
Which part interested you the most?
The sneeze. When I sneezed on you, it was unforgivable, sir.
It was quite all right. Come, my dear, it looks like rain. I don't want to get my head wet again.
You shouldn't let people sneeze on you. You're
I'm ruined. I'll be fired from trees and bushes. They'll send me to branches and twigs.
Come, Ivan.
What?
You mustn't let it concern you. It was just a harmless little sneeze. The general's probably already forgotten it.
Do you really think so?
No.
And so they walked home in despair.
Perhaps I could get him a nice gift. Maybe some Turkish towels.
Chujakov's once promising career had literally been blown away.
What's happened to me? Why did we go to the theater at all? Why didn't we sit in the balcony with people of our own class? They love to sneeze on each other. Perhaps if I were to call on the general and explain, but in such an honest, charming, and self-effacing manner, he'd have no choice but to forgive me.
Maybe you better not remind him, Ivan.
No, if I ever expect to become a gentleman, I must behave like one.
And so the next morning, it just so happened that the minister was listening to petitions. And since there were 30 to 40 petitions ahead of Chujakov, he waited from morning to late afternoon.
Next!
I'm not next, Your Excellency. I'm last.
Very well, then. Last!
That's me, Your Excellency.
Well, what's your petition?
I have no petition, sir. I'm not a petitioner.
Then you waste my time.
Do you not recognize me, Your Excellency? We met last night under rather explosive circumstances. I'm the splatterer, sir.
The what?
The sneezer. The one who sneezed. The sneezing splatterer.
Indeed. And what does he want now? A gesundheit?
No, Your Excellency, your forgiveness. I just wanted to explain that there was no political or antisocial motivation behind my sneeze. It was a non-violent, non-partisan act of God. I cursed the day this perturbance formed itself on my face. It's a hateful blow, sir, and I'm not responsible for its indiscretion. Punish that which committed the crime, but it's all the innocent body behind it. Exile my nose forever, Your Excellency. But forgive me?
My dear young man, I am not angry with your nose. I'm too busy to have time for your nasal problems. I suggest you go home and take a hot bath, or a cold one. Take something, but don't bother me with this silly business again. Gibber, gibber, gibber. That's all I heard all day. Gibber, 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 gibber.
Thank you, sir! May the Lord bless you and your wife and your household. May your days be sweet and may your nights be better than your days.
The feeling of relief that came over Chujakov was enormous.
May the birds sing at your window in the morning, and may the coffee in your cup be strong and hot.
The weight of the burden that was lifted was inestimable.
I worship the chair that you sit on, and the uniform you wear, and it sits on the chair that I worship.
He walked home whistling and singing like a lark. Life was surely a joy, a marvel, a seven paradise.
Oh, am I happy?
And yet, Chujakov began to think.
Have I been the butt of a cruel and thoughtless joke?
Had the minister toyed with him?
General had no intention of punishing me. Why did he torment me so unmercifully?
If the sneeze meant so little to the minister, why did he deliberately cause Chujakov to writhe in his bed?
To twist in agony the entire night.
Chujakov was furious.
I am furious!
He foamed and fumed and pacing right through, until morning he called out to his wife, Sonia!
Sonia! I have been humiliated.
You, Ivan, who could humiliate you? You're such a kind and generous person.
I'll tell you, General Brassilov, the Minister of Public Parks, that's who.
What did he do?
The swine. I was humiliated in such a subtle fashion it was almost indiscernible. The man's cunning is equaled only by his cruelty. He practically forced me to go into his office and beg for forgiveness on my knees. I was reduced to a gibbering idiot.
You were that reduced?
I must go back and tell him what I think. The world must be made safe so that people of all nations and creeds, regardless of color or religion, will be free to sneeze on their superiors. It is he who will be humiliated, not I.
And so Chizhakov went to humiliate him.
Last.
Well, you ask. Do you not recognize me, Your Excellency? Take the good look in my face. Yes, you're quite correct. It is I once again.
It is you once again. Who?
Chairman Yakov, Your Excellency. I have returned having taken neither a hot bath nor a cold one.
Who let this filthy man in? What is it?
What is it, you ask? You sit there behind your desk in your lofty position as General and Minister of Public Parks, and that's me, a lowly civil servant. What is it? You sit there knowing full well that there is no equality in this life, that there are those that serve and those that are served, those that obey and those that are obeyed, those that bow and those that are bowed to. And in this life, certain events take place that cause some of us to be humiliated and some to be the cause of that humiliation. And still you ask, what is it?
What is it? Don't stand there gibbering like an idiot. Tell me what you want.
I'll tell you what I want. I wanted to apologize again for sneezing on you, sir.
Out! You idiot! You fool! You imbecile! Get out of my sight! If I ever see you again, I'll have you exiled forever. What's your name? Achoo! Achoo! You germ spreader! You maggot! You insect! You are more than an insect! You are the second cousin to the bedbug, the son-in-law of the cockroach. You are the nephew to the ringworm. You are nothing! Nothing! Do you understand me? Nothing!
At that moment, something broke inside Chigam. Something so deep, so vital, so organic, that the damage that was done was irreparable. Something drained from Chigam. Something that could only be explained as the very life force itself. What happened next was simple. Chizhakov arrived home, laid down on the sofa, and died.